It's not always fun and games for first responders.
05 Central, you show me in pursuit.
But sometimes it is.
Oh my God, he's not wearing pants again.
Sometimes it's dangerous.
Flipping around, look out, look out, look out.
Sometimes it's not.
Antler Boulevard for a snake in a house.
And sometimes it's just plain stupid.
Chihuahua in his lap on a lawnmower.
This is the stupid side of first response.
Dispatch, do I really have to go to that?
This is Code 0.5.
Come in 0.5.
Hey guys, this is Jason again with my co-host Rich.
What's going on?
Victory Brand Studios, and this episode is going to be about nothing.
It's literally the show about nothing. If you know, you know.
This is going to be a 25-minute, 30-minute episode about absolutely nothing.
I wouldn't say absolutely nothing. We have happened upon some content.
Yes, and it's all ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
What was the title of that you'd found? Ridiculous lawsuits or something?
Yeah, this one is stemming from our last one about the lady with the bees.
Oh, yeah.
And so I got to looking around and I found that there are actually several different lawsuits that have been filed. For example, in 1995, it says it produced a lot of wonderful things, but apparently not for Robert Lee Brock. Brock, never diagnosed with split personality, attempted to sue himself while he was a prisoner of the state. He made the claim on the grounds that he violated his religious beliefs on the 1st of July in 1993, which resulted in his arrest. Of course, being a ward of the state, he asked the state to take the responsibility and pay his $5 million lawsuit to himself. It was dismissed in court, and Brock is still behind bars with his split personality. I mean, he shot a shot, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I've dealt with people before, like, you know, their first name would be Lee and their middle name would be Steve. And Lee would talk about all these things that Steve would do, and then Steve would talk about the things that Lee does.
Yeah, I've never, you know how rare it is? How rare it is for multiple personality disorder, to true multiple personality disorder.
And then once you get to talking to them and stuff, because like if they really did have that multiple personality disorder and you're talking to Lee and then you are talking to them like they're Steve and they're answering you and stuff. Mm-hmm. But if they were Lee, they'd be like, what are you talking about? You know, then, but I can see he took a shot.
Said, here's another inmate. He sued the state for his flatulence. It's case number 9650302 in Michigan, where the prisoner sued the state of Michigan, stating that the food in the prison was causing his flatulence problem.
Did he win?
It doesn't say. I think this guy had an issue. He had an issue with it. Oh, this is a good one. Man sued Microsoft, claiming that the Internet Explorer failed to delete his history of bomb building sites he visited. He claimed that he set his software to delete his browsing history after 5 days, but it failed to do so. Plus, any day beyond is supposedly permanently deleted and not recoverable. While some of the claim might be legitimate, the plaintiff was assured by Circuit City, that's an old name, whom he purchased the computer from in 2004, that the installed Internet Explorer and Windows XP and other security programs would keep his information safe and secure from prying eyes. So what was his complaint? Based on tips that he had bomb-making materials at his home, the FBI raided this guy's house and found incriminating files older than 5 days old on his computer and arrested him on the spot. So, yeah.
I really don't know what to say to that.
Oh, here we go. This is out of Oklahoma. A woman purchased a 32-foot Winnebago motorhome from a dealership in Oklahoma. On the way home from a football game, she drove on the freeway. She set the cruise control. She left her seat to go make herself a sandwich. Needless to say, the motorhome veered off the freeway and crashed. The woman sued the Winnebago for, are you ready? Not writing in the owner's manual that a person can't actually leave the driver's seat while the cruise control was on. A jury in Oklahoma awarded her $1 million plus a brand new motorhome. and Winnebago updated their owner's manuals because of this judgment. Are you serious? Wow.
See, I'd heard a story before about somebody that done that was like from overseas that moved here, and they set the cruise on their car and like leaned back to like relax or whatever, and they ended up getting in a wreck.
Oh, no.
And it says that like cruise control, and I would think cruise would be the speed that you're going at.
Right.
And it's not an autopilot or whatever.
That's just crazy. This is freaking long before the days of Tesla.
And you know, the things that you're saying aren't really shocking to us.
No, but the fact that she won that is because that's just common sense.
Yeah.
Like, why would a jury award that?
Well, what about the woman that, or the guy or whoever it was that bought the coffee from McDonald's and she spilled it on herself?
Oh, yeah, that's in here.
And she won however much money because it didn't say that it was hot?
Yeah. That's in here. And the Subway one. And the Red Bull one. Oh, apparently somebody sued ESPN for defamation. Andrew Rector, a used car salesman, attended a New York Yankees game in July in 2014. He fell asleep in the stands. ESPN, which happened to be broadcasting the game, caught Rector on camera during his snooze, and its announcers poked fun at him. The man decided to sue the TV network for defamation, demanding $10 million in damages because he believed the announcers' barbs hurt his reputation. A judge threw out the suit in 2015, saying that Rector was only on camera for about 30 seconds and that the jokes didn't amount to anything as serious as defamation.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh.
He fell asleep during a baseball game?
Yeah.
Maybe it was a boring game.
Yeah. This one's about our hose dragger buddies.
Uh-oh.
Firefighter wants disability pay for the fear of fire. Disability claims are no light matter, but this one had some people rolling their eyes in 2014. A firefighter in Houston, Texas, sued the fire department he worked for under the Americans with Disabilities Act, claiming he had a debilitating fear of fire that made him unable to do the job. After poor performance at multiple fires, the man was demoted to a job outside of the field, which led to the lawsuit. A jury actually sided with the man.
So the guy had a fear of fires, and he wanted to be a fireman.
Yeah. They sided with him and awarded him some money, but a judge in the Texas Supreme Court disagreed, stripping the decision upon appeal, and said the man didn't prove he was considered disabled under the ADA's protections. Wow.
I wonder how often these suits come up and a judge sees it and he like throws it out and is like, get out of here.
This kidnapper sues victims for turning him in. Fugitives are known to do some desperate things to stay out of jail, but Jesse Dimmick pulled one shameless move after he got caught for a crime in 2009. He was on the lam from a murder charge in Kansas when he broke into a couple's home and held them at knife point. When the couple got away from him as he slept, they told police where he was and he was caught. He sued the couple because he said they'd made a legally binding oral agreement that they'd help him stay free in return for money. A judge dismissed his lawsuit in 2012.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, in the land down under, a 56-year-old man sued his former employer because he said he was forced to put up with his ex-boss who would allegedly fart around him constantly. David Hinks called his former supervisor's behavior bullying and sought about $1.3 million in damages. Hinks said the boss would come to his small, windowless office and fart at least 5 times a day, thinking it was funny. A judge in Australia dismissed the lawsuit in 2019, saying they didn't think flatulence could be defined as bullying. So there you go.
Well, okay, I'm going to kind of side with that guy, because if I'm in a windowless office and you're coming by ripping your ass in my office so I have to smell it, I'm going to be pissed.
Yeah, but you know...
But I'm not going to sue him for $1 million.
Yeah, you yourself locked your rookie in the car one time. I remember you laughing about that. But then he got you back after he drank that protein shake.
Oh, God, yes, he did.
Here you go. Man sued his parents over destroying pornography. I think I've heard this one. Suing over destroyed property is a legitimate legal claim, but when you're suing mom and dad for your missing porn stash, it might be just best to cut your losses. A man in Indiana failed to accept fate, though when he told the court in 2019 that several boxes loaded with pornography and some toys mysteriously vanished after he moved in with his parents in Michigan following a divorce. The man estimated that his entire collection was worth close to $30,000. Jeez. The man's father admitted to destroying the collection in an email, so this one could actually end up earning the plaintiff some money. Wow.
No, so that one hadn't settled yet.
No.
Been decided on.
McDonald's was apparently sued for upcharging for some extra cheese.
We'll have more coming up on Code 0.5.
If you're looking for a political podcast that goes beyond the headlines, check out the Beltway Briefing. I'm Howard Schweitzer, CEO of Cozen O'Connor Public Strategies. Every week on the Beltway Briefing, our team of former Republican and Democratic presidential appointees, Capitol Hill veterans, and political advocates shares behind-the-scenes perspective that cuts through the noise. If you want the inside scoop, subscribe now to the Beltway Briefing here or wherever you get your podcasts.
Oh, don't get me started on that.
You know about that one?
Oh, no. Okay. Like when, say me and my wife were to go to the store or a restaurant and get a hamburger.
Right.
Okay. She will go in there and order and I don't know why, she'll order a cheeseburger, but then tell them not to put cheese, lettuce, tomato, none of that stuff. She just wants meat, bread, and pickles. No ketchup or anything.
Then just a hamburger plain.
Yeah. So, like, if I say to him, well, just put her cheese on mine.
They upcharge you?
They will upcharge me for the cheese on her burger that I've already paid for.
Yeah, see, now I think you got something there.
So I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, you know?
She wasn't going to eat it.
Yeah, so why am I getting an upcharge for something that I've already paid for?
Yeah, you're paying for the burger that all comes with it.
Yeah, and
she
like,
don't want it.
Yeah, and she'll order all that stuff, and it's like, wait a minute, she's paying for the burger, but if you add a slice of cheese, they charge you 30 cents for it.
Mm-hmm.
But if she removes the cheese, the lettuce, and all that stuff, do y'all remove that from the price?
No.
No.
No, it's the same cost. Whoa. Man sues wife. Oh, hang on, I'm not even going to tell you this. This is about as brutal as a lawsuit gets. In 2012, a Chinese man took his wife to court after she gave birth to their daughter, and he was shocked about how ugly the child was. He accused his wife of having an affair, but the case took a bizarre twist when the woman confirmed the child was his, but admitted she'd had about $80,000 worth of plastic surgery to change her own looks before she met him, which she never told him. In light of that fact, a judge awarded the man about $1 million, saying that the woman swindled him into marrying her and having children.
Oh. So that's kind of like if you meet a girl and she wears a lot of makeup.
If you get catfished, you got a case.
Could you imagine, though? Imagine being that kid. Oh, my dad sued my mom because I'm ugly.
They don't even want me. Yeah.
God dang.
That's messed up.
Jeez, I can't believe it.
That is crazy, man. Oh, let's see. A woman in Washington was no lover for her neighbor's pet duck, which she called crazy. Cynthia Ruddle sued Lolita Rose after she claimed the woman's duck attacked her, leading to injuries. Ruddle said the duck, which Rose apparently allowed to roam free, flapped its wings at her and knocked her back as she was walking down the street one day. Ruddle said that the duck scared her and that the fall led her to suffer injuries, including the breaking of her wrist. She's seeking $275 million in damages and medical expenses. This lawsuit has disappeared from public view, so maybe they settled.
So where was she at again?
In Washington?
Was she on the guy's property?
I don't know. It sounds like they kind of lived close or something. Maybe the duck lived across the street.
Well, I mean,
the ugly baby one though, man.
Yeah, I can't get over that one.
Yikes. See, I don't know. I guess if she had plastic surgery, then it's permanently altered. I was gonna say you always got to take them on like a swimming date or something. You know?
Yeah.
The natural habitat.
Yeah, and then here we go. All men are liars, and it's like, wait a minute.
No. No. See, that's the deal though. Is it like in this case, I never lied about how ugly I was. My wife just can't see.
Yeah.
She's like legally blind. And she'll say all the time, like she'll say I look good in something or something looks nice. And I'm like, how this looks like a blue blob to you. Like you can't even see who you're talking to. She said she has astigmatism.
Oh.
She was showing me the difference between normal vision and her vision. I'm like, yeah, then you've just admitted right there. You have no idea what I look like, which is lucky for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, like she says, you look like Fox or whatever.
I don't know where she gets his face is all scrunched.
I
Mine's
don't
all
get
wrinkly,
it.
but
I don't get it either.
his face is all scrunched.
Like with my parents when they were, I guess, younger or whatever, somebody had said something to my mom about how Dad looks like, I can't remember which one it was. It's either Harrison Ford or Kevin Costner.
Ooh.
Yeah. And when I heard that, I was like, what?
Thought you were going to say, what's his name? Oh, Magnum P.I.
I was like,
mustache.
Tom Selleck.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't see it.
Man, Harrison Ford.
Hell, I don't know what my wife sees.
It probably wouldn't be wise to ask. You're probably not going to like the answer. She's mean.
Yeah, she's been lighting into me for the last few days.
Probably. She's, I imagine.
I don't know why either.
What'd you do?
Oh, and that's okay. Like, okay, if it's that time, when Aunt Flo's coming to visit, they'll rip into us. And then when it's all over with, they're like, oh, I'm not myself. Because when that happened, no bullcrap. Because when you go to work, do you rip into everybody you see?
No.
And she's like, well, no. Then why do you do it to me? It's like, you can control that. I was like, and then what's our excuse?
Yeah, we don't get one.
Yeah, well, it's not like we can go around and just be, some hateful jerk to them and then be like, oh, it was, whatever, man something or some crap.
I had gas.
I hadn't eaten in 6 hours, so.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they always get the excuse or whatever.
Yeah. Give them a pass. You got to. You've got to.
Yeah. Because like they say, if she ain't happy, nobody's happy.
Oh, yeah, ain't no kidding. We hadn't been, like, if we've been out, if we got to go do something one day, because you'll see, because she'll move real fast, and I'm like, immediately, like, up to block. Like, you would think I'm getting my ass beat all the time. It's because I am.
I was getting griped at one time, and she went off into another room. And then one of the kids looked at me, and they go, is it that time of the month?
Yikes.
And I was like, oh. And they're like, what'd you do? I'm like, I don't know.
I woke up.
Yeah.
Woke up.
My statute. And this was one that actually happened, and the person got charged with it and went to jail and everything.
Really?
Yeah, I'll come back. I know you think you pointed at this one earlier.
Oh, I had point at that one.
Oh, that one too?
Yeah,
I'm going to hit that one. Well, you know what? Since we talked about our fireman buddies or whatever earlier, we can talk about that. Once again, we're not attorneys. This ain't legal advice, and this is in Oklahoma, but it probably goes everywhere. Crossing a fire hose. No vehicle shall be driven over any unprotected hose of a fire department when laid down on any street or private driveway to be used at any fire or alarm of a fire without the consent of the fire department official in command.
Nah, you can do that in New Mexico.
You can?
Yeah, you can just drive right over it. I don't care.
When you say that,
water kind of peters out a little bit and you go.
But yeah, if there's a if there's a hose going across the road, you can't drive over it. And from what this says, it says you can't do it without the consent of the fire department official in command. So even if law enforcement's standing there and they say, yeah, drive over it. No, you done screwed up.
Like, I imagine, well, there's a lot of pressure on those hoses, so I don't know that you would really want to do that. I bet somebody has done that, and that's why that's a rule.
Yeah. And it says an unprotected hose. Now, I could see like they make these things where there's like little ramps that would go up to it, but is there something that covers it where you could drive over it?
No, I think I know what you're talking about. They're like little rubber triangles or something.
Yeah,
Lays
to
in a
where
groove.
it goes up to it or whatever, and the hose would lay in between it.
Yeah, no. In New Mexico, you just go. You just send it.
Could you imagine, though, if somebody did drive over that and say like they had like those big rims with the low-profile tires and the metal on that were to like cut the hose? Could you imagine that? I mean, when that pressure gets out and there's a tear in it, I bet that hose would flop around everywhere.
Oh, man. Like, I went through the better part of my childhood. You know Superman? I think it's Superman 2 or Superman 3 when that car crashes on the fire hydrant and the car starts to fill up with water.
Yeah.
I was thinking that was going to be a way bigger problem than what it actually turned out to be. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, wow. Apparently, our public works guy told me that that's not really possible. It won't do that.
This reminds me, I used to worked at a juvenile facility. And it was basically freaking prison for kids.
Yeah, well, that sucks.
And the guy that worked there in like maintenance, they were doing something on another part and they had to open up the fire hydrant to relieve pressure from somewhere else or whatever. Well, they would tell the staff, avoid these areas while it's happening. And, you know, they either wouldn't get the information relayed to them or they didn't care, because you can see when the fire hydrant's shooting water out. And you know, that's like what, a 3-inch or 4-inch stream that's coming out of that thing, and it shoots quite a ways.
It's getting it.
Well, they were out there and the stream is shooting out and these kids are walking by. Well, one of the kids, I mean, he's a little heathen, but he's kind of comical. He's kind of funny. I mean, he's one of those, he's like 5'5", and if like a security guard that was working there was like 6'8", he'd walk up to him and, you know, look at him and call him a B or whatever.
Oh, try to check him?
Yeah, like he's something special or some kind of tough guy.
Okay.
Well, he's standing there, or he's walking in line, and when they walk, they have to walk with their hands behind their backs, and you know, and their uniform and all this. Well, this kid breaks from the line, takes off running towards this fire hydrant. Well, he runs and dives into the water that's in front of it, and he hits the ground and slides a little ways.
Yeah.
Well, after he does that, he's all laughing and stuff, and he pushes himself up off the ground, and when he does, that 3 or 4 inch stream hits him in the chest. They said his eyes were about as big as saucers, and it blew him away. They said it probably knocked him 30 feet.
You know, right then is when that record screeches, and it was then he knew he messed up.
Exactly.
As he went sliding across the parking lot.
But he thought it was all funny as hell, runs and slides in there, and then that stream hits him and boom, and blows him away.
Really?
Yeah.
What did he say when he finally came to a stop?
I can't remember what those guys said about it. They were all just laughing at it and stuff.
Do you want to do it again?
But from where it was, and I think when the stream hit him and it knocked him over, there was a chain link fence that wasn't too far away. So it could have hit him and smashed him up into that fence.
Oh, yeah, and get him stuck.
And it's not like you can it's not like a, you know, an angle stop or whatever they're called, where you can, or a ball valve where you just quarter turn and it's off. You got to rotate that thing to get it to stop, and it doesn't happen immediately.
Yeah. I thought there was that's what I thought. It was like a quarter turn type thing.
Yeah.
And until we were helping Public Works on something one time, and they asked us to go open one up. We got over there. I thought Renix was going to break it. I was like, righty tighty, lefty loosey. And he starts putting all his, and I don't know if y'all have seen it, but a lot of y'all don't know. I need to get on the code 05 on our deal. Like, he don't look like it, but he is like retarded strong.
Oh, yeah.
He is like stupid strong. I think his last bench was like 400.
Yeah.
So he got over there and got to messing with it with those little T-Rex arms of his. And I was like, dude, you're going to snap that thing. We're going to be screwed. And dude, yeah. But you got to put some oomph into it to get it to start. And then once you go, it's freaking, fire hydrants are weird, man.
Yeah. 'Cause I was out one time and they were turning one off, and I was like, hey, let me do that. Like, I want to mess with it. And, they get to turning it and everything, and I'm like, holy crap, is this ever going to stop? Because it seemed like you had to turn that thing like 20 times before it would shut off.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, we really don't need to do a idiot criminal of the week. You got a whole bunch of idiots that we talked about there. And And the only other reason I'm saying that is because I can't find the one I was going to talk about. But, all right. Well, that's going to be our show about nothing this week.
Yes.
Hope y'all semi enjoyed it. People are still coming back every episode. So
Yeah. So we got to be doing something, right?
I guess either that or they're like, hey, listen to these two morons.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to get out of here, y'all. Thanks for listening.
Thanks.
You have been listening to Code 0.5, the lighter side of police work. If you have ideas or suggestions for our show, we'd love to hear from you. Visit our website at code05.co. That's code05.co. And please consider making a donation at our Patreon page, patreon.com/code05. Be sure to use the digits 05. Thanks for listening to Code 0.5.